All right, guys, I want to talk about a watch that, if I'm not mistaken, was created kind of by accident or using up parts or something. So, a little while ago, Elshin, the owner of Zelos, was launching a new awesome line of Sky Raiders. And also, everyone was hyper focused on those. But also, there was two other watches. This watch, and then basically the same watch except for the bezel insert was not timascus, it was a blue meteor bezel insert too. But both the dials and the bezels, not this one, the bezel on this one is fine, but the bezel on the other one, which is super limited, only like 50 of those, there's 150 of these, they were, quote, flawed. They weren't up to Elshin's standards or expectations at the minimum. So he kind of, I think he put out some feelers, and I think there was enough people saying, like, seriously, man, we'll buy that watch, like, make that watch. And so he went ahead and produced them, and they were also launched at the same time as the Sky Raider. Well, they sold out almost as quick. I mean, the Sky Raiders went pretty quick, but these also went pretty quick once people discovered that there was another watch, and it's a, really cool looking diver. Also, I bought this one with my own money, only $499. So for $500, I had missed out on, both missed out because they sold out quick, but also because I didn't have enough money. But he did see this colorway here, this Damascus. This is, you ever heard of Damascus steel? The way they like roll it and fold it and form it and everything. He did the same thing with titanium, and that's what now it's called Damascus. He did a whole watch case. This is just regular titanium. I say regular titanium, but it's titanium. It was also done, there was two colorways done with Damascus, and they were over $1,500. This one's only $500. So I get kind of my favorite thing about a lot of dive watches being titanium. I get that. It's not as crazy cool as the Damascus, but I get the Damascus bezel insert, so I get a little hint of that flavor. I'm very happy at a fraction of the price. Plus I have the blue meteor dial, which again, if you zoom in on it, he was not happy with the results of it. It is not as defined as what he would normally like. And that's because he tried to put some lacquer or epoxy or something over it, and it kind of muted it. I think it looks awesome. I absolutely love it. So plus it's a sandwich dial, and you're going to have killer lume. It's using C3X1, plus there's some BGW9. He usually tricks it out, around the chapter, and then also within the hands. All right, I rambled just now for 3 minutes talking a little bit about the watch, but let's talk about the size and the specs. So 42 millimeter case is what you're looking at here, 48 lug to lug, 13.92 thick, so almost 14, flat sapphire crystal, AR coating. I mean, these are all like standard specs that you're going to get when you buy a Zelos or Zelos, however you want to say it. 22 millimeter lug width, awesome bracelet, tapers down to 20, and then you have a fully milled out clasp, double pushers, signed, a little sharp. We can sand that down or leave it. It doesn't bother me. It also has the no tool required, maybe a little tough fingernail or something. You can slide that, and you can do the adjustment on the fly. So awesome clasp. I see no reason to depart from this clasp. Keep with this. The bracelets also come with a quick release spring bar, so if you want to take it off the watch head and put like a leather on there or a needle or do whatever the heck you want to do, you can do it with no tools. Super easy. This thing's going to live on the bracelet for me. Also, being that it's titanium, it's fairly light, sized for my 7¼ inch wrist. It weighs in at 139 grams. A larger watch with a full bracelet, 139 grams. If this was stainless steel, similar to like the Thresher, I didn't get a weight on this, but I can tell the weight difference for sure. This thing easily has another 30 or 40 grams on it. That's probably close to 200 grams. So nice lightweight and warm feeling. The bracelet, nice short links, flows really good, and look how it catches the light with all the flat brushed surfaces on there. So awesome job on that. 7 millimeter oversized crown, maybe not oversized for the size case. Easy to operate, tons of traction on that, and a nice pop. And then now you have access to setting the Seiko NH35 movement. So right here, you can wind it, no problem. First position, you can set the date, which has a color matched date wheel. Last position, you can hack that yellow seconds hand with the red tip. I love that splash of yellow on there. And then you can go ahead and set the time on that huge, broad handset. I'm getting older, and I know a lot of you guys are too. These things are super legible, super easy to read. 120 click bezel action. You can see you still have like this titanium ring on here, because he did make the swordfish in stainless steel as well. I love that he uses exotic materials as well. So you have that, you know, flat shaped, I don't know how many flat surfaces there, or whatever you want to call that. You have that, and then you have a thinner bezel, but 120 click bezel, easy enough to turn. It's not super sharp, so you do have to kind of pinch it a little bit. So it's not, I mean, it's titanium, and it works good. So lines up pretty good, so no issue there. So we're back in business. Let's pop this thing on wrist. Screw links on this, and they're tapered. I mean, really nice hardware on this. I used the Waya 1.2. That fits in there really good. And you're going to want to check hardware. Anytime you're buying any watch, but certainly the micro brands, you're going to want to check your hardware. Even after you size it or wear it for a little bit, it's like putting changing your wheels on your car. Like, you got to go back and check your lug nuts, man. This thing is wearing on your wrist, and it's bouncing around and banging around and stuff like that. Check the screws once in a while. You know, if you're not going to Loctite them, you better keep an eye on them. So there it is on my 7 1/4 inch wrist, guys. I absolutely love titanium watches. If you have not tried one, there are some titanium gems out there in the microbrand world. Try a titanium watch. I'm telling you, I think you'll like it. They're warmer when it's cold out, and they're cooler when it's hot out. They don't have that thermal weirdness, or whatever you want to call it. I'm not a metallurgist, so titanium just feels nice on wrist, and it's light. You know, like I wore the Thresher today, and I put it on last night, and I had wore a light watch before it. I put the Thresher on, and this is a tank of a watch. It's heavy, but when I put it on, you know how you get in the mood sometimes. You're just like, I want a weighty watch on wrist. Well, the exact opposite. Sometimes I want a little bit lighter metal watch, you know, and then sometimes you'll go with a G-Shock or whatever. So it's nice to have all these options available. And with Zelos, you have all those options just within that brand. So it's really cool and really fun. All right. I think I covered everything. This is number 130 of 150 as well. So it's also really cool that we have these crazy limited editions. So there's another watch. I don't know when this video is coming out. The watch, I'm going to bring up another watch that he's putting out right now. It's awesome. One's called Black Tip. It's, by the time I launch this video, that watch is already going to be sold out. So you have to keep your finger on the pulse of Zelos. There's some micro brands out there, and Zelos is one of them, where you have to be in the know. So you have to follow, you know, get on their email list, or, you know, join a group or something that keeps you informed of what's going on within the group, because they sell out quick if it's a hot model. I mean, look at that bezel insert. I don't care who you are. That is freaking awesome. I've heard some people say it's kind of like, you know how your jalopy in the driveway leaks a little oil on it, and then you get a little rain, or you have a little puddle. That's what it kind of looks like. It has those same colors. So it's like an oil rainbow. All right, let's kill the lights and check the lume, because Zelos lume is ridiculous, guys. Swordfish on my left, Thresher on the right. There's so many awesome things with this brand. The dual lume, the insane amount of lume, the intensity of it, the sandwich dial, the meteorite, the titanium, the timascus. I mean, the list just goes on and on. They're stacking the deck in their favor. If you have not checked out a Zelos, check one out. They're pretty fun. I'll see you on the next vid.